Overthinking is a mental pattern where the mind becomes trapped in repetitive cycles of thoughts, often leading to anxiety, indecision, and emotional exhaustion. It's a state where one can't escape the loop of analysis, weighing every decision, replaying conversations, or reimagining outcomes that haven't even happened yet. Overthinking can become so overwhelming that it stifles growth, creating barriers to taking action or seeing the bigger picture. When overthinking dominates, clarity becomes blurred and the mind remains stuck in a fog of uncertainty. The root cause of overthinking often lies in an unbalanced mind, where internal conflicts, fears, and insecurities constantly play out. These thoughts, usually centered around self-doubt or past regrets, prevent individuals from taking bold steps in their lives, especially on their path to self-improvement and spirituality. It's important to recognize that overthinking is not simply a mental habit. It has deep emotional and energetic roots. The energy spent on this mental turmoil depletes one's vibrational frequency, making it harder to attract positivity, abundance, and peace. In the journey of spiritual growth, mental clutter is one of the first obstacles to overcome. A person striving for enlightenment or higher consciousness cannot experience true peace unless the mind is calm and the energy is directed toward constructive thoughts. Overthinking serves as a barrier to spiritual elevation, as it keeps individuals rooted in lower states of mind, constantly oscillating between fear, doubt, and confusion. As we explore the role of semen retention, we must recognize how it directly correlates to mental clarity. Retaining semen as a practice of conserving life force serves as a tool for achieving higher levels of self-control and self-mastery. This mastery of one's bodily energy naturally translates to mastery over the mind. The more the sexual energy is retained, the more one can transcend the primal urges that often fuel overthinking, creating a mental and emotional environment conducive to focus and peace. By engaging in the practice of semen retention, individuals can begin to recalibrate their mental state, bringing them into harmony with their true self. This is the first step in eliminating the grip of overthinking, by shifting the focus from external distractions and urges to internal balance and groundedness. Over time, this process of energy conservation leads to an elevated state of consciousness where the mind is no longer overwhelmed by excessive thoughts, but is instead clear, present, and aligned with higher purpose. Semen retention is often viewed as a physical practice, but it's important to recognize that its effects are deeply rooted in energy work. The energy associated with sexual fluids is the most potent force in the body. When one practices retention, they preserve this life force, redirecting it from its usual outlet toward other areas of life, including mental clarity. The body's ability to retain and transmute energy into higher consciousness requires deep self-discipline, but the rewards are profound. At the core of energy conservation is the principle of redirecting that energy towards spiritual and mental growth. In the absence of regular ejaculation, the body undergoes a transformative process where stored sexual energy is absorbed by the nervous system and used to nourish the brain. This provides the individual with increased mental focus, better decision-making, and enhanced memory. Over time, this practice strengthens the mind's ability to clear distractions and unnecessary mental chatter. From a spiritual standpoint, energy conservation connects with the concept of raising one's vibration. High vibrational energy is characterized by clarity, peace, and intuitive understanding. Conversely, when energy is wasted through excessive release, the body and mind enter a depleted state, often leading to a loss of clarity. As sexual energy is preserved, it becomes a source of inner strength, which helps to quiet the mind and eliminate confusion. This heightened state of awareness makes it easier to discern which thoughts are constructive and which are merely distractions. When overthinking is rooted in energy depletion, the mind becomes susceptible to anxiety and fear-based thoughts. These thoughts are often fueled by a lack of self-trust and an over-reliance on external validation. Semen retention, in contrast, fosters a deep trust in one's own energy, which in turn calms the inner turbulence. The longer the retention practice is maintained, the greater the mental clarity that emerges. This clarity makes it easier to navigate through life's challenges without being overwhelmed by endless scenarios or hypothetical outcomes.
In essence, semen retention eliminates overthinking by recalibrating the body's energy system, allowing it to function at a higher, more conscious level. By channeling the retained energy, individuals can remove distractions from their mental landscape, creating space for inner peace, focus, and spiritual insight. This process of energy transmutation is a key element in the journey toward eliminating overthinking. The practice of semen retention requires self-control, and this is where it connects to mental discipline. Overthinking often arises from a lack of control over the mind. Just as someone might feel compelled to react to every external stimulus or emotion, overthinkers often lack the ability to simply let go and trust the natural flow of life. They're constantly analyzing, reworking, and second-guessing their decisions, leading to mental exhaustion and indecision. Self-control, however, is an essential aspect of overcoming this pattern. The ability to say no to indulgence, whether that be in food, substances, or even negative thought patterns, is a muscle that strengthens with practice. With each instance of successful retention, the individual builds their capacity to say no to impulsive thoughts and urges. This muscle of self-discipline extends beyond the sexual sphere into every aspect of life, creating a balanced and controlled approach to all thoughts and actions. Over time, semen retention teaches you to manage your internal world more effectively. With a strong sense of control over your physical urges, you start to observe your thoughts with greater awareness. Instead of being dragged into a sea of repetitive, unproductive thoughts, you become the observer of your mental state. This shift in perspective is pivotal in eliminating overthinking, as it allows you to detach from the cycle of mental distractions and view situations with a clearer mind. In the journey of self-improvement and spirituality, this cultivated self-control becomes a foundation for progress. When the mind is not clouded by unnecessary distractions, you become more attuned to your inner voice and higher purpose. This inner stillness allows the wisdom of the soul to surface, guiding you away from the self-doubt and confusion that overthinking often generates. By continuously refining your mental discipline, you cultivate an inner peace that acts as a barrier against intrusive and overwhelming thoughts. Thus, semen retention is not just a practice of abstaining from ejaculation. It is a way of practicing self-mastery that extends to every facet of life, especially mental discipline. The less you give in to your urges, the more empowered you become in your thoughts, and the clearer your mind will be. This self-control ultimately eliminates overthinking as you begin to gain control over your inner world. The ego is a primary driver of overthinking. It thrives on fear, comparison, and the need to protect itself, leading to a constant stream of mental chatter that drowns out clarity. The ego generates false narratives, making you question your worth, your past, and your future. This constant mental noise creates the perfect environment for overthinking to flourish. However, as you move deeper into the practice of semen retention, you begin to transcend the ego's grasp on your mind. One of the key benefits of semen retention is that it helps to quiet the ego's influence. As sexual energy is retained, the body and mind become more attuned to higher states of consciousness, where the ego's need for validation and control diminishes. This quieting of the ego allows for a more harmonious internal environment where clarity and peace can emerge. The focus shifts from external validation and fear-based thinking to internal self-assurance and spiritual alignment. As you progress in retention, the ego's grip on your thoughts weakens. You stop identifying so strongly with your thoughts and start to recognize that you are not your mind. This shift allows you to distance yourself from the automatic thoughts that lead to overthinking. Instead of reacting to thoughts, you learn to respond with wisdom and mindfulness. This detachment is a powerful tool in eliminating overthinking, as it allows you to let go of mental attachments and embrace a state of flow. The more the ego is transcended, the less mental noise exists. You begin to observe life from a more detached perspective, allowing events to unfold without excessive mental analysis. This space of stillness and observation enables spiritual growth as you become more attuned to your higher self and less fixated on the fluctuating thoughts of the lower self. Over time, this inner silence becomes a permanent state of being, making overthinking a distant memory.
In the spiritual context, the transcendence of ego through semen retention is not only about eliminating overthinking, but also about connecting with your true essence. As the mind quiets, the soul's voice becomes clearer. This voice guides you toward greater self-awareness, wisdom, and inner peace, eliminating the need for constant mental chatter and self-doubt. Semen retention is a transformative practice that brings about mental harmony, and this harmony is the antidote to overthinking. The mind, when overwhelmed by excess thoughts, is akin to a stormy sea, constantly churning and never at rest. When practicing semen retention, the inner calm achieved through energy conservation provides a stabilizing effect on the mind, allowing it to become like a still lake, clear and reflective. This mental stillness helps eliminate the restlessness and turmoil that overthinking often causes, paving the way for a more centered, balanced mental state. This process of achieving mental harmony begins by recognizing the immense power of your energy. Every thought, action, and intention has an energetic component, and when sexual energy is constantly being wasted, it lowers your vibrational frequency, contributing to anxiety and mental clutter. By retaining semen, you conserve this powerful force and elevate your overall energy, which then positively impacts your mental state. With the energy no longer being diverted outward, you begin to notice how your thoughts become more focused, your actions more deliberate, and your mind less prone to drifting into negative cycles of overthinking. One of the most profound effects of semen retention is its ability to cultivate patience and presence. The mind is naturally drawn to overthinking when it is disconnected from the present moment, often dwelling on past mistakes or worrying about future outcomes. Retention, however, naturally trains you to be more present with your thoughts and actions. By conserving and redirecting your sexual energy, you give yourself the space to experience life fully, without the constant mental noise. This present moment awareness, in turn, eliminates the need to overanalyze or obsess about situations that are outside of your control. In the journey of self-improvement and spiritual growth, mental harmony is essential for realizing your full potential. Overthinking inhibits this process by creating confusion, doubt, and a lack of clarity. Through semen retention, you gradually break free from the incessant mental chatter and replace it with an empowered sense of stillness. This stillness allows you to make decisions from a place of wisdom rather than fear, and it helps you tap into your higher consciousness with greater ease. The clarity that comes from this practice is invaluable in aligning with your higher purpose, manifesting your goals, and engaging more authentically with yourself and others. As semen retention becomes a regular practice in your life, it acts as a spiritual tool that enhances mental harmony and eliminates overthinking for good. This mental clarity is not just about silencing unnecessary thoughts.
It's about tuning into the higher frequencies of awareness, peace, and inner strength. When you're in harmony with your energy, you are no longer a slave to your thoughts. Instead, you become the master of your mind, and your life begins to unfold with greater ease and alignment. In this state, overthinking is no longer a problem, but simply a relic of the past, something that no longer has the power to control you. Finally, semen retention offers a powerful solution to the pervasive problem of overthinking. As we've explored, the practice of retaining sexual energy goes beyond just physical discipline. It's a spiritual tool that recalibrates the mind, strengthens mental clarity, and promotes deeper self-awareness. By learning to conserve energy and direct it toward higher purposes, individuals can transcend the ego's grip, eliminate unnecessary mental noise, and cultivate the peace needed to navigate life's challenges. Overthinking thrives in a mind that is disconnected from its true essence, bogged down by distractions and energy leaks. Through semen retention, you regain control over your energy and your thoughts, creating space for mental harmony. This practice empowers you to align your thoughts with your higher self, making it easier to manifest your desires, achieve personal growth, and engage with the world from a place of inner peace. The journey of self-improvement and spirituality requires that we transcend mental barriers, such as overthinking, that limit our potential. Semen retention is a tool that not only supports physical health, but also acts as a catalyst for profound mental and spiritual transformation. By committing to this practice, you'll experience a reduction in overthinking and an increase in clarity, focus, and spiritual awareness. Ultimately, semen retention allows you to step into your power as the master of your mind. The more you practice, the more you refine your ability to maintain a calm, centered, and aware mental state. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, and the influence of overthinking diminishes, replaced by a sense of peace and purpose. As you continue on your journey of self-improvement and spiritual growth, semen retention will serve as a powerful ally, guiding you toward the ultimate goal of mental mastery and spiritual enlightenment.